Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you guys don't know who I am spiritual coach, life coach Coco, someone that just wants to help you out in this thing called life. I hope you guys have slept well and you woke up and you feel recharged and you feel refreshed and you feel calm and you feel happy. Today I'm going to be doing a reading on, I don't know, I feel like in my last video, it was literally like, there's some type of like humiliation ritual that was like needed to be put into place before like something happens, but I don't know what the humiliation ritual is because there's so many people out there, but I do feel like, all right, that was kind of embarrassing. Like, I know that that's not the humiliation ritual. Let me get a napkin that I have over here. That's crazy. And I have like this kind of like dress on thing. So it literally went all the way down my stomach. So yeah, let me get this centered. So yeah, there's a humiliation ritual that's supposed to be put into place, and I can't tell you what it is. I just know that it's coming up, and Spirit wants you to be emotionally sound so you don't feel like, you know, you want to get back into hermit mode or go back into your shell or, what else am I getting? They don't want you to retreat when this embarrassing thing happens. And for most people, it's like, if you get embarrassed very easily, that's why there's such a waiting period. I feel like for myself, I don't get embarrassed very easily. So it might be a little bit more difficult for people who do get embarrassed easily because it might be something that, like, again, posting every day on social media could be embarrassing for you. I feel like I post every day almost on social media anyways, and I've been doing these readings for like a year, and collectively some of my videos get good views, some of them don't. Some of them literally have like 0 views. Okay, I lied. Some of them have maybe like 1 or 2 views on there. But it's like, is that really embarrassing? So I'm going to talk about what is going to be like this humiliation ritual for the people who do get embarrassed a lot, and for the people who don't get embarrassed a lot. And for the people who don't get embarrassed a lot, it's going to be something along the lines of maybe how you want to present yourself in one way, but people like you presenting yourself like in a different way. So that could be like, you want to present yourself like as a makeup guru, but people like when you do stand-up comedy, you know? So the main thing, the main, like, you know, person of the show, or the main like energy of the show, is going to be different. So let's get into it. Today I'm going to be using my Tarot Apocalyptus deck, and let's take some deep breaths. 1, 2, 3. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Heavenly Father, ancestors, spirit guides, and protective angels, thank you so much for waking me up today. Thank you for the abundant substance and prosperity that you give on a everyday basis. Thank you for the protection and love and insight that you give as well. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for the collective to give them a heads up as far as what this humiliation ritual and who it's coming from as well. I appreciate everything that you do. I appreciate you grounding us. I appreciate you being able to relay these messages. If you can make them as clear as possible and give many details, I would be ever so grateful. And if you are not called on this reading, you are not welcome. Amen. I didn't get any images, but let's just see what Spirit has to say about these humiliation rituals, you know? Let's talk about who's sending. Let's actually talk about, why is there a humiliation ritual like in the program? Why is this a step in the program or in the simulation? Let me see. Let me ask another question. Why is this prevalent to the collective right now? Why is this humiliation ritual prevalent to the collective right now? Okay, I got 3 cards. Getting crazy. Okay. Oh, I'm also supposed to be answering some. You guys, days have just been going by. I haven't been wanting to do anything. Like, I haven't been wanting to work. I haven't been wanting to have conversations with anybody. I just been wanting to be in my own space. Have you guys been feeling the same? Okay, so the cards that I got were 2 of Cups, Prince of Cups, and the Temperance card. So I asked, why is the humiliation ritual prevalent to you right now? It really does seem like Spirit is trying to, it's like they're trying, okay, so like what I'm getting is there is, I don't know how to explain it. There is a wheel. No. There's a unionship that they want you to be in or give somebody like a chance. This could be an old relationship or a new relationship that just comes off very sanctified, right? It's like the person that you're going to meet, if this is someone that you're going to meet from the past, they have reinvented themselves as a new person. So you kind of have to go through this ritual to see, it's like so you can also be reborn as a new person. Because with the 2 of Cups and the Prince of Cups, it's almost like I'm getting that you guys have history though. Maybe you had like some conversations. Um, it's like this person is thinking, okay, not trying to turn this into a love reading, but this person is thinking that like they've been through so much and they want to come back into your life, but they don't know how. So you have to go through like this humiliation ritual to be on the same like playing field as this person. And it kind of sucks because you have been working on yourself, you've been doing the inner work, you've been doing the shadow work, you've been focusing on things that you need to do, cleaning your house, keeping up maintenance, keeping a routine in place, trying to keep all these things, you know, together. And it's almost like you're doing so well that I'm sorry about the readings today, you guys. For some people, because like I feel like for people like myself, I really do like to, if there's a situation that I need to get past so I can be into better, a more enlightening place in my life, a more harmonious place in my life, more balanced, then I don't want to go back to somebody who created like inconsistency and unbalance for me. And so I'm getting that. And I just have to be honest with you. They want to put you through this humiliation ritual. So you can almost be equally yoked with this person. And it's more of on an energetic level. So you have to look at like our life in the 3D world. Like this is just one world that we live in. This is just one world that we live in, right? The 3D realm. There's a whole bunch of different dimensions. There's also a whole bunch of different energy fields. There's also a whole bunch of timelines that are going on simultaneously. And so Spirit really wants you to just go along with the ritual and you know see how you feel after, but that's why you're having to build a lot of confidence right now, because when this happens they don't want you to fall back into a place like it's heartbreak, or when this happens they don't want you to retreat and go back to the things that you were doing before. My question is, then why put me through it? What is this for? So let's see what the humiliation ritual is for. I'm getting it's because there is going to be some divine timing when like maybe you bump into this person or they contact you or something like that. But right now your heart space is just completely closed for them. You feel like you have no reason to talk to them. Maybe they didn't talk to you appropriately the last time you spoke. Maybe they spoke out of term. Maybe they ghosted you. And yeah, and I really think that Spirit's wanting you to, they want you to take a step back and almost like wait for this person. What? I don't know, y'all. Let's see who this person is so we can get an idea. Spirit, could you give me some insight on how we can indicate who this person is in the collective's life? Cards are flipping out, y'all. Three of Cups. So what I'm getting is, let me put these up. You'll know this person because it's like in the past you had them on a pedestal. In the past, you guys had lots of fun. You may have drank a lot. You felt like you could take your mask off with this person and that they could see you for who you truly are. You almost looked up to this person as well. Maybe in the beginning of the relationship, you really looked up to them because you thought that they had their shit together. And it was like, oh my God, like they have a house, they have a car, they're going to work. Like you see all these things from the outside, but then when you actually got to know them, they were like this statue. Okay, so this statue is like, it's just a statue. It's not moving. It's not going anywhere. Like it's literally like, and I just have to be honest of what the energy is like, but, oh, don't get makeup on your clothes. It never comes off. The energy of this person, right now, or when you guys were together, let me just give you a story. If you were a beautiful princess and you were frolicking like in the woods and you stumbled upon a flower garden and you saw this statue, a statuesque man, okay, and you're like, what are you doing here? Like, oh my God, like you're everything that I ever hoped for, you're everything that I ever dreamed for. And then you guys are just having a wonderful time, but then eventually it didn't end, and eventually the time didn't end that you guys had together. So you were just getting to know them, having conversations, being yourself, wholeheartedly in love. And then one day, it's like you woke up and this person was a statue. Like they had no movement in their life. Like there was no progression forward. They didn't know how to move forward. They didn't want to use the advice that you're giving. And you just wake up one day and like I'm seeing like a woman just like waking up like in a flower bed, and she's looking up and she sees this statue. And she sees this statue. And it's kind of like, was I talking to a statue this whole time? Probably because you were on shrooms. And it's because you were reading this person's spiritual energy rather than like accepting them from who they are, you know? And it kind of sucks because sometimes people, they put their best foot forward and sometimes they only can do that for so long. And it seems like with this person, they were putting their best foot forward. And then one day you were just kind of like, this person's a fake. They were fake. Of course they were fake. And it's almost like, you just like woke up and got out of there. You're like, let me go back to my home. I've been hanging out in this garden for like, you know, a whole weekend. And I wake up and I get off of the shrooms or I get off of the drugs or whatever it is. The drugs wear off. And I'm literally in love with the statue, someone that does not want to create any type of movement in their life. Okay. So if you know someone in your life that's like that, like they just didn't want to enhance their life and they didn't want to do certain things with you. And I don't mean like go to the park with you, go to dinner, you know, sleep in the same bed, not things like that. But when it comes to like evolutionary change, this person, I'm also getting that this person would pretend like they didn't know things to see how much information you would know. So they would have if we were playing like a video game, they would have their regular prompts like they would say to people. So like, you know how in games they're like scripted, and when you go to different people, like they'll say like the same thing. You'd be like, hey, how are you today? Did you check the village out? And it's like, oh, okay, no, I didn't check the village out. It's like, oh, you should go check the village out. It's gonna be da-da-da-da-da over here. And then you're like, I don't feel like going and exploring like the village right now. So you go to like another place and you go explore into the land, and then you come back to him, and then they're like, hey, did you check the village out? And you're like, no, I didn't check the village out. And it's like every time you went back to this person, it's like, damn, bitch, like, where is the improvement? But this person also had a very wide monologue that they would use for people because it was a front. So people don't see who they are, like, you know, on the inside, or they're not seeing, like, you know, who this person is in actuality. Like, they're not seeing that this person is disorganized, they're not seeing that this person is emotional, they're not seeing that this person does not want to improve for growth. And I don't mean like I said, it's not always physical growth. It's a lot of mental and spiritual growth. So this person was actually trying to slow down the process or avoid the process of growing at a spiritual level. And I would get that sometimes, like, when you would ask them very hard questions, they would either like neg you and be like, oh my God, like, you know, why you're asking these questions? Let me ask you some questions. And it's kind of like, what are you doing all this for? Or they were someone who, when you were to ask them questions about their life and things like that, they would literally like break down and be like, you know, my life is just like so hard and I don't know what to do. So you guys, I'm giving you an idea of who this person is. Let's see, Spirit, what is this humiliation ritual that the collective has to go through? What is this humiliation ritual that, oh my God. Is the humiliation ritual getting back with this person? Ace of Cups, man. Crazy. I have a 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups, and Ace of Cups. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3. A and the 2, 1, 3. Okay. This person. Okay, what did I said what is the humiliation ritual? The humiliation ritual is it accepting this person's cup? Because I do feel like I said, the 2 of Cups, you guys have had many conversations together in bed. You guys are very philosophical. You guys understand what it's like to actually like be in someone's presence and enjoy like their presence, and you don't even have to be doing anything. And we also had the Prince of Pentacles. So I'm guessing that this person's going to come in with a love offer. Maybe they want to like take you out to lunch. Maybe they want to like go for a drink. They want to tell you how they feel. And it's going to be like, for you, you're just going to have to accept it. And something in your heart is going to say, you know what? I'm tired of this person keep coming back to me, or I'm tired of them pulling on my energy, or I'm tired of them, you know, feeling like they're not good enough to be with me. So like, I forgive you. Like, you're going to have to like forgive this person. And then they might want to say like, oh, we should be friends. And I'm not saying that you have to be friends with this person, especially if they hurt you, but it's kind of like, if you guys didn't end like on horrible terms, just say yes. And then that way it kind of gives them a peace of mind. But, you know, depending on what type of friends you have around yourself, I don't hang out with my friends every day. I don't even think I hang out with my friends once a week. I would like to, but we're all busy and we all have different schedules. And I feel, or they live in different states. And these are my friends that like I actually call friends, not people who I just like hang out with like randomly. And no offense to the people that I hang out with randomly that see this. It's just kind of like, yeah, I invite you guys to stuff and you don't come. So yeah, you can't be my friend. Sorry. So yes, let's see. Give me more information about this Ace of Cups, please. I love how these cups are like, these cards are just so sliding everywhere. Justice. Didn't I say that? So this person, I'm telling you, they're going to come back and they're going to say something to you. And I'm going to get a confirmation after this because we have this justice card. This is you creating justice for yourself. And I have to give you guys a little bit of advice on spirituality and how energy works and all that stuff. Sometimes you have to be the bigger person because the person that you're dealing with, they're not capable of doing it. And the more you can represent yourself as the bigger person and doing the right thing without having to be told, without feeling like there's any strings or attachments to it, you'll be able to ascend higher and faster than ever. But because this person's not able to ascend in that type of way, they're going to keep coming back to you thinking that it's like, when people talk about how you have to give them an idea to make it seem like it's their idea. Yeah, I wish that men would be more confident in their decisions and more open with their heart and more forgiving of themselves. But we're here. So you're gonna have to really create. Oh, I'm getting around the full moon. We have a full moon like in 3 days, 4 days, Friday. I don't know. It's this week though. We got a full moon, and you're gonna have to create like the balance between you guys. Like you have to be like, you know what? I don't hate you. I don't think that you're this type of person. I think what we were both going through, we both, you have to be the bigger person because if not, this person's gonna keep pulling on your energy. They're gonna have to keep going through like emotional lessons on their side and keep coming back to you. There's something about your energy that they just can't get over. It's like they don't want to be the villain in your life, so they keep coming back to see if the story's going to be better. But I'm also getting that this person also ruins it by being childish every time that they come back. So it's like you just agreeing with this person saying, there's no bad blood. I don't think that you did this. And just kind of letting them live in their delusion. It kind of helps release their energy so they're not so caught up on you. I'm getting that this person is caught up on you, like thinking about you, thinking, like, oh, I could have did this wrong, I could have done that wrong. And I just get that they're really hard on themselves, especially when it comes to you. All right, you guys, that is, that's the message that I have for today. I have to make my videos shorter because they are my phone storage is low and I feel like I've been deleting a lot of things and it's still low. But it's because the jobs that I have be making me download like 6 apps. They're like, are you okay with downloading 6 apps? Are you okay with downloading 5 apps? Why the fuck would I be okay with that? I don't have a choice if I want to work here. So why would you ask me that? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, let's get one more card for confirmation. Can I have a confirmation card that this person's coming back this week? Yeah. I have 2. I have the Sun, and I also have the 10 of Swords. So the Sun card, it obviously is about like bringing heat to the situation, feeling like at full capacity, feeling like you have the energy and the confidence to do something. Brighter days are ahead. Like I said, what does Sun give you? It gives you warmth. It gives you ambition. It lights up everything that is like in its path. And I do feel like this person's going to come out of like this 10 of Swords and they're going to feel super powerful, and then they're going to come have a conversation with you. This is also letting me know that like, look, like how he has all of these swords in him. And then eventually he's going to feel like powerful. And this could be a man or woman. Let me see what's at the bottom of the deck. I have the Tower at the bottom of the deck as well. So you either can cause a truth or cause death in this situation. I'm really getting with this person. Yeah, look, you're the Queen of Pentacles. I haven't seen a king on here. So like I said, you guys, squash the situation. Have them think that everything that they did was in their own image and they wanted to do that, but still have your truth and create that justice so this person can move on with their life. I'm also strongly getting this person, they just want to be with you, and it's because you make them feel something that other people don't. But it's very unfair that you don't feel that way about them. So just because they feel that way about you, it doesn't mean that you feel that way about them. And it sucks, but it's also like, stop masking so much, like they have to stop masking. They have to start being honest. They have to start living in their truth. Like if they don't want to talk to certain people, you don't have to. This person's so caught up in the outside image and what people think about them that they suffer literally every single day in silence. So I hope you guys like this message. If you'd like a personal reading, go ahead and book me down below on my Instagram. And yeah, please like, share, and subscribe so I can keep doing this type of stuff for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.